The contents of this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as medical advice. If you have a specific health concern or condition, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. For more details, check out herguru.uk/disclaimers. Ever feel like your work-life balance is a seesaw, but you're the only one sitting on it? And your email inbox is like a bottomless pit, serving you an endless buffet of stress? Or sometimes, like Naya, do you ever feel as if your to-do list is growing faster than your toddler, left alone with a packet of crayons? Well, if that's you, then today's episode is right up your street. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to ABGW, amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. I'm Cheryl, your host, and today's episode is all about navigating trauma recovery while leading a team. So this episode is for you if you're a professional woman managing a group of amazing people while still trying to deal with your own healing journey. And you'll probably already know balancing work and life feels like juggling flaming torches. Still, together we'll learn how to keep those flames in check. So let's dive in and discover how we can turn our struggles into strengths. Amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful, helping women just like you who are unhappy, perhaps even with your supposed quote-unquote good life. This is a mum and daughter duo, and we're not pulling any punches as we explore trauma recovery and ideas for building resilience, so that you're working smarter and definitely not harder to create a transformational life, a life you love more often than not. Acknowledging your strengths and struggles. So let's start at least by recognizing the incredible strength it takes to lead others while also healing yourself. I mean, to me, it's like, a lighthouse in a storm. I'm just thinking of one that's in Cornwall at the moment, and it's steadfast and it guides people, yet you must also ensure your light stays bright. Let me share a story about Claire, a fellow executive and mum. Now it's Monday morning. Claire's found herself juggling motherhood and a demanding career. You know what it's like on a Monday morning. And she's dropped her kids off at school. She felt the day's weight sort of pressing down on her because she knew she had meetings. But she says bye-bye to the kids, forcing out a smile. And then she rushes to the office for a crucial presentation that she's got to do. And her heart's pounding. And she says, "Good morning, team. Ready to tackle this presentation?" As she tries to mask her nerves. And despite all her fears and the reassuring nods from a few colleagues, she delivers it successfully. But the thing is, Claire realizes that she was capable of more than just that thought. One step at a time. Maybe I'm better at this than I think I am. She kind of mused to herself. Because the thing is, when you acknowledge, and you've been in those situations, I know when I've been standing up in front of people and thinking about, well, I don't want to mess up. But the thing is, when you acknowledge both your strengths and struggles, and you foster that self-compassion, not only are you reducing stress and enhancing your resilience, you're also giving yourself to do one really important thing. Can you guess what that is? That's actually being human. You're allowing yourself to be a human being. And You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in process at the same time, simultaneously. Because the thing is, when you at least acknowledge that you're a human being, you have a fighting chance. Now, as you probably know, I love films, and one of my favorite films is called The Peaceful Warrior. And in this, if you haven't seen it yet, this is a spoiler alert, but in this film, Dan, who's a gymnast, learns to balance his inner struggles with all the outer challenges that he faces. He imagines the soothing scent of eucalyptus in the air as he meditates, finding peace amidst all the chaos there is. So I'd like you to imagine yourself as a lighthouse, standing tall, shining bright, even when the waves are crashing around you. You're the guiding light to the people around you, whether it's you manage a team or to your colleagues. But remember, even lighthouses need maintenance to keep shining. Can you imagine waking up with the enthusiasm of a kid on Christmas morning every single day? That's the kind of energy I'm talking about, the kind of energy that we're aiming for. Communicating with your team. Next, let's talk about the power of communication. Because to me, it's like tending to a garden or an allotment. And I kind of get it, especially at this time of year, because every plant needs the sunlight, the water, and the care. And your team thrives when nurtured with honest communication. Now, I know some people think, well, you can't be that honest, but the thing is, you can. And I think most people really appreciate that. Let's think about Jane. She's another brilliant exec who has had a similar experience in. She's attended all the networking events because, well, that's what you do, isn't it? It's like a necessary evil if you want to get known in your industry. And one night she found herself in a swanky hotel ballroom, feeling completely out of place. Hi, I'm Jane. She introduces herself to a group of people, trying to look more confident than she felt. But do they really care about my role in this project management? Or are they just here for the free champagne? That's what she's wondering to herself. Just as she was about to write the whole night off, she overheard a woman mention her favorite podcast. Did I mention what it was? ABGW. Now, that simple connection turned the evening around, proving that genuine communication can spark real, true and meaningful relationships. And maybe this networking thing isn't so bad after all, Jane probably thought to herself after all that. Because that's the beauty of open and honest communication. It fosters trust. That trust is built because you're developing rapport in a supportive environment, reducing those feelings that you may have of isolation and allowing you to enhance any teamwork that you're interested in doing. It's okay to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Just have the courage to show up and see what happens. That's what I think anyway. And you've seen it before in your own lives, that when you have leaders who are transparent, the team has a greater chance of cohesion. There's more trust in the skills and abilities of those people around you. Another one of my favorite films is Force Majeure. If you haven't seen it, I'm really going to spoil it for you because it's such a cool film and I don't want to spoil the cliffhanger, so I'm not going to. But to me, it illustrates where communication plays such a crucial role in addressing underlying issues, especially in the family. And it's beautiful, because it reminds me of when I watched the film where I went skiing in Italy and I learned to snowboard. It's that scent of fresh snow and pine that fills the air. And it symbolizes the clarity and freshness that there is in communication that we all need, that we all want in our schedules, in our teams, in our lives. You know, we want to make it a habit to start the way we mean to go on in all our communications. So thinking of your team as a beautiful garden, each member is a unique plant needing different kind of care. Because to me, by communicating openly, you're providing the sunlight, the warmth that they need to grow. And you probably already know that every day you're practically a superhero in heels. So you might as well enjoy it while you're at it in those heels. Building a supportive network. Now let's explore the importance of having a strong support network. I like you to think of yourself as a tree that's got deep roots. And as you know, with most trees, those roots connect you to the other network of other trees. And to get together, all you trees then form a resilient forest. Now, imagine Laura, right? She's just been promoted to Director of Operations. And she's really excited about the new opportunity because it's something that she's wanted for a long time. But the thing is, she kind of feels the weight of imposter syndrome. Do they really think I'm qualified for this? That's what she's kind of thinking. Maybe they've made a mistake. But on her first day, she felt like a kid playing dress up. You know, she comes in and she's like trying to be all authoritative. Morning, team, you know. And during the break, she overhears her mentor admit, you know, Laura, I still feel like I'm faking it sometimes. But the thing is, this revelation didn't have the expected result in Laura's head. This revelation gave Laura the confidence to embrace her new role and realize that she wasn't on her own. Because that's how I think you feel sometimes when you reach that level of management. You kind of feel as if you're on your own, like no one really understands what you're going through. And the thing is, she kind of said to us that I can do this because I'm here for a reason. And that reassurance led to her developing a support work that provided the emotional safety that she needed, that she knew that she could really rely on to help her reduce any stress that she was feeling, and helped her feel as if, you know, just fostering that sense of belonging and resilience that you need in order to boost the success you have and supercharge the success that you want. So, you know yourself from your own experiences of being a leader, whether you're managing or not managing other people, that with a strong support network, you're more likely to feel confident and competent in your role. And one of the things that I think really illustrates this is in the film Avengers. The team rely on each other. They rely on each other's strengths to overcome challenges. So you can do it too. If they can do it in the movies, if they can do it in Marvel, then you can do it too in your own life, helping you to supercharge your own success. Because ultimately, we're not here to be on our own. You know, ultimately, we're here to help each other deal with the things that we need to do, not just in our professional lives, but things that affect us from our personal lives as well. And especially if you're a mum, you know what it's like we said on Monday morning, it's hard to have all your ducks in a row and be ready to start the day knowing that there's just some things you haven't had the chance to do that morning or over the weekend. It can be really stressful. So lean on each other, support each other, create a strong support network to help you boost yourself when you need that extra oomph of confidence just to get the role done, just to get the day done. This episode of ABGW is brought to you by Her Guru Hypnotherapy and Coaching. Her Guru provides mental fitness coaching and hypnotherapy services. You can find out more details by visiting herguru.co.uk. Picture yourself as a majestic tree in a vast forest. Your roots intertwined with each other, creating a strong foundation. And this support network keeps you grounded and resilient no matter how strong the wind blows. The thing is, sooner or later, you'll realize your potential is as vast as your Netflix watch list. Self-care strategies for leaders. Okay, it's time to focus on you. Let's talk about self-care and self-compassion. Imagine a soothing spa day, the scent of lavender, the warmth of a cozy robe, the sound of calming music. Every single self-care moment can feel this rejuvenating. My mate Emma, she's balancing family and work, often feels like she's some kind of circus performer. She's juggling a board meeting and her son's football games. And anyway, finally, she made it to her yoga class after weeks of not going. And the scent of soothing lavender filled the studio. She probably thought, all I need is this, just an hour of peace. And as she's stretching out and breathing, she lets go of all the day's stresses, reminding herself that balance was possible. Because to me, regular self-care practices, whether it's yoga, I have to admit, that's not my cup of tea. But any kind of regular self-care practice is going to increase your energy and improve your overall emotional well-being and make you a more effective mum, friend, woman, and leader. And you know yourself, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to take care of yourself first. I'm always banging on about this to my friends, and they probably look at me and think, Cheryl, just shut up, will you? But the thing is, you can't take from something that's empty. I remember in the film Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth's journey of self-discovery and self-care is paramount. She's there in Italy, and she indulges in life's simple pleasures first. So what are you going to do to incorporate some self-care routines to your day? Now, to me, it can simply be 5 minutes medication in the morning or a quick walk in nature during lunchtime. That's what I try to do. Or if you have the time, a relaxing bath with your favorite essential oils in the evening, whether that's lavender or chamomile or something even more exotic like Clara Sage. The thing is, thinking of your self-care is important because it's like recharging your batteries, y'all. You wouldn't expect your phone to last days without charging. So why do you expect that from yourself? I don't understand. Come on, ladies, help me out here. A little self-care goes a long way, and you can handle a meeting when you allow yourself not to melt down simultaneously. Yeah? So let's practice some self-care, self-love, self-compassion, whatever you want to call it. But just give yourself time to fill up your cup so that you can get on with your days. Leading with empathy and strength. Finally, let's bring it all together, y'all, and talk about leading with empathy and strength. So picture yourself as a gentle yet strong river, carving its path through the beautiful landscape, nurturing everything in its path while still staying true to its course. Because to me, leading with empathy enhances emotional connections with your partner, with your children, with your team, and it fosters a positive environment, whether that's at home or at work, and strengthens your leadership impact. You know, the greatest leaders that we've had in this world, not just female ones, are not those who've never failed or fallen, but those who know how to get back up. It's a bit like in the Batman film where he says, you know, why do you fall? You fall so you can get back up. And to me, empathetic leadership helps that, because it helps you know that you can be like Wonder Woman in the film, where, you know, Diana leads with both compassion and strength. It's not, she's not choosing what to do. She does both. And she strives forwards into battle, embodying both power and strength. And that, you know, is you when you want it to be. So think of yourself as that river flowing with strength and purpose. You're nurturing the land you touch. You're bringing life and growth wherever you go. You're leading with empathy, because that's your superpower. You know, what would happen if you started your day with gratitude? Let's find out together, y'all. By now, you should feel equipped to navigate your journey more easily and with grace. And remember, you are amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful, just as you are. Your strength and vulnerability make you an incredible person and an incredible leader of man and woman, that is. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I mean, if there's one thing I hope you take away, is that knowing that embracing self-compassion and open communication and building a strong support network for yourself, us professional female leaders can transform our stressful and traumatic experiences into powerful and useful opportunities for both personal and professional growth. And I'm not just talking about surviving here. I'm talking about thriving and finding balance and authentic, outrageous joy and fulfillment in both our personal and professional lives. And remember, every small step towards self-care, self-compassion and resilience can lead you to a life that you truly love, which is, what's the point of living? So remember, your resilience is a powerful force shaping your life. May your force go with you and strengthen you every step of the way as we part companies today. So until the next time, keep finding and embracing those outrageous, unconscious joy moments. Bye for now. And remember, if you enjoyed this episode, to share it with a friend.